Hello everybody and welcome to another reaction video. We've had a couple of these now in quick succession, and I'm trying to be better at remembering to record my first time watching these trailers. Getting better at it slowly. I'm trying to build it in my head that when I see a trailer I should be like, okay, time to record type thing. So I'm getting better at it. Anyway, Total War Warhammer 3. Really excited for this one. Played a lot of Total War Warhammer 2 and many of the other Total War games. I really enjoy the series. Never played the original Total War Warhammer, the first one, only Warhammer 2. But then I played Mortal Empires, which kind of converged all of the content of 2 and 1. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun. I'm a pretty, I'd say, casual Total War player. I'm not like, I've never played PvP. I only play campaign stuff. And I play on like very hard difficulty. I don't go and like play insane difficulty or anything like that because I think it's kind of stupid. But if you want the challenge, go for it, I guess. But yeah, I really enjoy the series, and I'm really looking forward to Warhammer 3 that has been announced. It's a cinematic trailer. It's not actually like gameplay, unfortunately. But I'm sure we'll get gameplay soon. But just to get me excited, I also know nothing of the Warhammer universe. Like the medieval Warhammer universe. I know nothing about it, nor do I know anything about 40k, actually. I am a baby when it, like, I have literally, like, got a minuscule amount of knowledge about 40k. I know there are space marines in 40k. I know this is a different entity. This is, like, the medieval Warhammer, and there's, like, so they're, like, two different laws. I think, like I said, I barely know anything about Warhammer, so I don't know any of the behind-the-scenes lore. I know what I know from playing Warhammer 2, and that's it. And I just really enjoyed the fantasy aspect of it, and the, like, you know, the grand scale of it all type thing. So yeah, let's get on with it.
Peggy 16.
It's loud.
Death is like the winter chill.
I like this. I like this.
Can keep it from us. And summer yet may bloom again. Though ice be all upon us.
Oh God.
My child, there is so much to tell you, but I have run out of time. The sacrifice I made was not enough.
Holy shit, the cinematic is
Dark
insane.
gods still feed on our transgressions. Corruption.
Oh.
Obsession. Deceit. Rage.
Holy shit.
You must face these demons.
That looks badass. Oh, this music! Oh, she about to kick some ass. You know she is. Alright, that was a badass trailer. Give us a release date. This cinematic looks so good. It is in 2021 then. Wow, okay, sooner than I thought. I would have thought it'd been 2022. I don't know why. I just feel like it's been really kind of soon, almost, after Warhammer 2. I guess it's been a while now since Warhammer 2's come out, you know, but I tell you what, I did not enjoy Total War Troy, though. Total War Troy, I really disliked. I played it for a total of 2 hours. It was free. I just spat everywhere. It was a free game, so, you know, it didn't cost me anything, but it was an unfortunate waste of 2 hours. That, you know, there was something about it I really didn't like. I can't quite place it, what it was, but I gotta say, from a visual standpoint, although this is not representative of anything, I don't think it's even in engine. So it's not in engine, it's not the game, but you know, this cinematic, it looks pretty insane. The cinematics are getting I mean, Ubisoft's proven they're the god at cinematic trailers, and getting you hyped up, and it's I'm not immensely hyped for Warhammer 3, because Warhammer 2, I was kind of oh, this came out, I'll play it, and I fell in love with it. And I can't offer any insight. I can't really offer any insight in terms of the lore about what this could be about, because I know nothing about Warhammer. Once again, I played Total War, and I know how Total War functions. That is disgusting. I mean, is that a Dark Elf? That's the only assumptions I can make. Dark Elf, and then is that a Lizardman type god or something? I don't know. I really know nothing about Warhammer. I'd love to offer... Is that Chaos? I know extremely basic details, and even then, the basic of the basic details. I really wish I could offer more insight. I have no idea who she is, who she could possibly be. It looks cool as hell. I just hope... To be honest, they've got a difficult challenge trying to overcome what they did with Warhammer 2, because Warhammer 2 was a really popular game, right? It did a lot right, and they need to have unless they're planning on adding all the new factions they've added in Warhammer 3 and then conglomerating 1, 2, and 3 together in one big... That would be awesome. Whether they're going to do that or not, I have no idea. I haven't searched up any of the rumors or anything, or possible information about the game. I know literally nothing. It's going to be cool, though. I'm thinking it's going to be a really cool fantasy game regardless. It's going to have big spectacle to it. And I'll just enjoy playing a campaign on it. I've always really enjoyed the aesthetics of Warhammer, the Warhammer Total War games, and how it's all presented and looks. I think it's right up my street. Which, to be honest, I surprise myself that I don't know more about Warhammer, because this seems way up my street. You know? It seems like this would be something I'd be really invested in. Or I'd love to learn more about, but I haven't. I've never taken an interest in Warhammer at all, in any regard, 40k or otherwise. And I know this isn't 40k, but still. Like that, look at this. This is it looks real. It's stupid. I always get impressed by cinematic trailers, and, you know, it's just there's a lot of people out there that, unfortunately, when they see cinematic trailers, they set the expectation that the game is going to look like that. And that's few people. Not many people do that. But I think there are people who get... I used to be one of them. I used to be one of the people who got really excited off a cinematic trailer. Like Valhalla, for instance. I loved the Assassin's Creed Valhalla trailer. And I still got the game. I was always going to try it because I've been a fan of Assassin's Creed and wanted to see what it's about. Ultimately, I was disappointed by Valhalla. But you know... Cinematic trailers are not indicative of the final product. You know, Cyberpunk. It's for example, you know, there's more than one example out there of cinematic trailers that have really overhyped a game, and loads of people have set that as the expectation for the game, that they'll get exactly what's out of the trailer. And, you know, people often kind of get these rose-tinted glasses when they see these trailers, and they look, and like me, for example, Cyberpunk, I was overhyped for it massively. Although ultimately there are aspects about Cyberpunk I like. That's not what the topic's about. Regardless, that'd be a different video talking about my overall thoughts. Still haven't completed Cyberpunk. I've decided I'm going to wait until they patch the game and until they do it. Anyway, let's stop talking about Cyberpunk. It's not what it's about. But there was a section in this trailer. So what often cinematic trailers do, if they're trying to show at least concepts of what their gameplay is going to be, they often show things in there that you would never be able to do in the actual game, and it's like a lost promise in a sense, you know, it's a hollow promise. But all they've shown here is Total War. This is Total War, army going against army, and they haven't really oversold any new mechanics. They haven't hinted at new mechanics or anything. It's a cinematic trailer. You wouldn't expect it, but there has been plenty of evidence in the past where in cinematic trailers they show, you know, things that have happened in cinematic trailers have become, you know, in-game mechanics ultimately in the end product. But a lot of games can also do that and then end up taking them out during development, and then it can sometimes snowball into different problems. But yeah, it's not showing anything new. It's just showing, you know, a bit of story, and then it shows a bunch of fighting, just like we expect it in Total War. So it's not setting unnecessary expectations for new mechanics in terms of that. But I am curious how they're going to mix it up, whether it's going to be very similar to... I'm assuming it's going to be pretty damn similar to Warhammer 2, but there's going to be loads of new factions and a new land area, and then they'll add that to Mortal Empires as well. Again, I have nothing to back it up, whether that's going to be the case, but... and I know nothing of the Warhammer lore, so this could be something of the Warhammer lore that has nothing in relation to 1 and 2, and I look like a big idiot right now. But I'm going to assume this is related to Warhammer 2 and Warhammer 1 lore and those factions, and I'm assuming what they're going to do is have, like, you know, the big landmass. They're going to have all the new factions that they've added into the game, assuming there's going to be new ones, and they're going to do their own campaign facilitating the new factions, and then eventually adding them to Mortal Empires, or whatever their version of Mortal Empires will be for Warhammer 3, and then it'll be all of the factions together. And I think that would be really cool if we saw that happen. A lot of value for money in that, although to have access to Mortal Empires you have to own Warhammer 1 and obviously Warhammer 2 itself, so you do have to buy 2 games in that regard. So unless I've already got them, so it doesn't matter to me, but people who will be coming into Total War Warhammer 3, and then say if they do something like Mortal Empires, you'll have to buy Warhammer 2 and Warhammer 1. So it kind of, you know, it can dig you down. I'm not a big... it's Creative Assembly, isn't it? The ones who... I believe it's Creative Assembly, don't correct me, but... They're the ones who obviously be making, and I don't agree with a lot of their business practices in terms of making money with all these little tiny, like microtransaction type DLCs with really, like, you have to pay for gore in the game. What is that? And then it's just really, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of their marketing strategies personally, but I really enjoy their games regardless. Troy, I really didn't dislike. Thrones of Britannia, I really enjoyed. Rome 2, I'm playing that right now and I'm really enjoying it. Shogun 2, I've had a great time with. Again, Warhammer 2, I loved that. That was definitely in my top 3 Total Wars. Attila, I really enjoyed. Attila was the one I was introduced to the series with, actually. And then from there, I discovered all the other Total Wars and I proceeded to enjoy them for the most part. Yeah, so... that's just been me. I'm afraid I wish I had more insight to give, but that was my reaction to the trailer. It was a really cool trailer, and I want to see gameplay. So until then, I shall see you all in the next part. Goodbye, guys.